So you have sent me some questions you would like me to answer. Hearing from you feels like some dark, oxygen-sucking, self-amplifying tornado appearing on an otherwise brilliantly sunny horizon. The only reason why I replied to you is because I do appreciate the effort that must have gotten into finding me. And even though I'm answering you in the form that you have requested, I want you to know that I don't want to have anything to do with this movie or any other project that you might engage yourself with. So, my name is... and I am the producer of this film, or was the producer of this film. You see, my advice to your viewers would be to absolutely mistrust everything that they see. At the end of the day, the film is always going to be the opinion of the director, you know, and every cut he does, you know, every voiceover he chooses, everything he does, he's just pushing his vision. You know, I'm sure you're not in the film, you know, you just hide behind cuts and voiceovers.
My name is Johannes Schaff, and I am the director of this movie. Nothing was really planned, we just made a film by mistake. But the girls are just naturally really compelling.
We made an impact in the world, off the chain. What black, gay, Jesus-believing group do you know?
Nobody had ever seen anything like this before. They were just incredible performers. I mean, this was like salt and pepper on steroids. They were really tearing the house down.
These Christian, lesbian rappers, against all odds, in the modern world, you know, a bit like the Gossip or whatever, but in a hip-hop sensibility.
Now you have some interesting bands. Wait, isn't like Kate Moss into Yo Majesty? Or was that Beth Ditto?
I'm definitely Gossip. And I'm here interviewing Yo Majesty, who has had so much crazy hype.
I was really excited. You had 3 women who were totally killing it in a really male-dominated field, which is rap music.
So now you guys are adored by different people. Peaches.
Oh, what's up, babe?
Hi, I'm Peaches.
Come on, let's set it off. Come on, let's set it off.
And I'm with most of Yo Majesty.
Yeah, this is Sean K.
Sean B.
And we represent
Jewel B.
Didn't get across the border.
I'm here in fucking Canada. They just arrested my ass. Cause I wasn't supposed to come through this bitch, so.
You guys are about to go on tour in the UK. Are the audiences there any different than the ones here in America?
No, everybody love Yo Majesty.
Who do you guys listen to? Who do you think is really hot right now?
Yo Majesty. Yo Majesty.
And there you have it.
We met Your Majesty, well, we met David at a barbecue of a friend of mine.
David was a musician and he put on these nights called Art Jam, where there was a lot of dancing and jamming, that sort of stuff.
But he was also in a band with his friend Richard called Hard Feelings, and those two had produced the whole Your Majesty album.
When we existed in nature, I clung to a wet rock and watched you flee across the plain.
We formed a jam band basically. We tried to collaborate on dance music for a bit, but then we just had more fun forming a jam band because we didn't really want to rehearse. We fired everyone who wanted to rehearse and just got rappers, started playing some gigs.
It was interesting, you know, David is sort of punky noise artist making the music for a band that had a club hit, you know, Club Action, and he dropped that song. everybody gets up and has a good time.
Get your ass on the floor, get your ass on the floor.
It's very on-the-point music, where his other stuff was kind of more broad and, I guess, open to interpretation.
This was an interesting contrast. On the one side, you had these bourgeois kids from Milton Keynes making this sort of post-punk, new wave, disco-influenced music, and on the other hand, you had these three butch rappers.
At the time, me and started a production company for music videos. So when I talked to David and found out that he was the producer for Yo Majesty, I was hoping to hustle a music video out of it. But he instantly told me that I wasn't really to do with him. You know, the label controlled that. So he suggested we should come on tour with him and film that. He said, I remember him saying there was going to be plenty of drama, which would be exciting for a filmmaker. I guess I didn't really listen that carefully. I was just excited about the prospect of going on tour with Yo Majesty.
You know, it was never meant to be more than a promotional video for the band at first. I mean, I'm quite surprised that you're still working on this.
This all happened really quickly. We meet him on a barbecue, shake hands on coming along. And then, so he suggests to meet the management the next day, you know, give him a pitch, and if they like it, they would agree on us coming on tour.
Well, so Johannes decided, of course, to lie.
We didn't have anything. We didn't have a show reel, we didn't have a camera. I mean, we were just gung-ho.
And because he didn't feel there was enough proof for the management to believe in us as filmmakers, especially the documentary sector, he believed it was necessary to fake a trailer.
Because we used to film ourselves quite a lot when we were teenagers, when we were skateboarding. We had all this B-roll material of just, you know, wild teenagers doing stupid things. We had the idea of making a trailer for a documentary that never really existed. Just so we would have something on our show reel to show the management that, you know, that we're capable documentary filmmakers.
So I was sitting at a high-8 camera, going through all the tapes and writing down the time codes. And then I would pass them on to Johannes.
I just sat on my laptop, digitizing those bits and started editing.
After a whole night of work, you then present me with a trailer where I am the main star in it.
Yeah, it just sort of turned out that he just picked bits of him.
Ich hab's fast nicht begriffen. Freiheit und Spaß anders zu definieren, und zwar nach ihrem Willen. The problem now we had was that when meeting the management, I couldn't be present. Just one of your little digs, I suppose.
I remember sitting in the meeting, watching this clip with the management and just sort of making it up as I went along. I had no idea that this was going to be the beginning of an even bigger quest.
Who dug the pit will fall in it.
Yeah, so they liked what they saw and invited us along. There was a gig that night at Coco, said bring the camera and start filming. It's probably noteworthy to say that this is the last I ever saw of the management. The only camera I had was my old Super 8 camera, so I taped a flashlight to it, and it turned out to be quite good for covert filming. In the backstage area, I started filming a little bit, and the first thing that quite obviously stood out, that there was only 2 girls, where on the EP, there was definitely 3.
My name's Ross Allen. I am an A&R guy. Fucking typical, isn't it? So, Garfield. And I am personally signed to Yo Majesty. David, I mean, I give him credit for what he's good at. He came out of a good little vibe, do you know what I mean? He got the girls together.
I met them. They came into the studio that I was working in Florida in about 2002. I couldn't get anybody to book them. People didn't know what it was. And so I was like, I got this convertible car. I put this big speaker on the back of my car, 3 microphones, a little portable battery-powered mixer, wired up all these wires and amplifiers to the battery in the car, and we drove down to like Miami and top down and blasted the music, and just drove down the main strip of this Winter Music Conference, just blasting everyone like, this is our music, handing out CDs.
It's the morning, everybody stop, listen to the big drop, true hip-hop, on the dogs to the streets, we got this what you need, this on up and up, stress free, into my destiny, now I
up on the back seat with the big speakers and shit. And we just out there rapping with the mics. It was loud, but it was fun.
We up the chain in this thing. Get your ass up and get crunk in this thing. Show them here how we get in this thing. Let's make that money, man, and prosper, cause that's what we after. In the meanwhile, I'ma be feeling this shit in my cup. Steady in the middle of the dance floor, looking at the DJ saying, turn it up some more. Show, let a nigga wild out in this thing right here. Get messed up and wine in this thing right here. This is guaranteed to blow your mind right here, nigga. That's on the real. Bounce with it, bounce with that. Bounce back and forth when you hear this. Jump up in the middle of the club and get pissed. Throw your hands up if you wanna get rich. If you feel how I feel, say fuck that shit, nigga. Bounce back and forth when you hear this. Jump up in the middle of the club and get pissed. Throw your hands up if you wanna get rich. If you feel how I feel, say fuck that shit, nigga.
That's where it all built really, because the MySpace started kind of building, it snowballed, more and more people kind of adding and getting into the whole MySpace thing, and then it got kind of picked up by blog. To the point where we booked a whole tour of the States off the back of that.
Shit, it was cool. It was cool. That was our first official video of club action.
Majesty coming through to a motherfucking hood. Prominent you. Get up there. Now you know this shit about to blow.
The hype around them sort of started to sort of build momentum. I think they started to do more live shows. I went out to see them in, they came up to do their first gigs in New York. It was Sean B, Jewel B, and Shonda K. Proper characters, do you know what I mean? You know, from the get-go, they got in the car, and I think Sean started crying. And then I think at the first set of traffic lights, LaShonda got out and shouted out, "Praise the Lord." You know, and I was just sitting there kind of like, okay, you know, they're full-on girls, you know, and they were lovely, they're sweet, you know, and you know, the one thing I've learned doing A&R, working with all these characters, is that is what you want, characters. There was a balance between the band, you know, I mean, I don't know in terms of their social dynamic, but in terms of the stage show.
Shonda K, Yo Majesty, I'm a lyricist. What do? I fucking rip the motherfucking tracks. Don't fix my hair. It's Jewel B, okay? And I am the vocalist. Sean B, I'm a rapper, you know what I'm talking about? That's what I love to do.
She looked wicked. She was like the little female Biggie Smalls of the band. Do you know what I mean? She had the crown on. She was a bit like that, and she was just, you know, she just had that lazy hip hop vibe, which emanated a sort of real coolness. Do you know what I mean? LaShonda was hyper, Jewel was mental, Jewel had the singing bits, you know, and she was in the middle, kind of like, you know, she would like sort of nick a lot of lines from other hip hop tunes, but it gave it a familiarity. You know, she would like nick melody lines, and you know, and they all used it. You know, when they all sort of turned on her and bitching about her, they all used it against her. But I actually thought it added extra hooks to what they did. She was like almost more hip hop than them.
Sean B, sitting up here with and Johannes. Hey, that's right, I said it right, Johannes.
Yeah.
Johannes and sitting up here chilling at his record studio. What it do? You know what I'm saying? This how we get down. Yeah. I'm the second member of Your Majesty. And yes, I will always hold this right here, close to me, right here, Your Majesty. I'm a part of Your Majesty forever. You know, I wear my crown. I always remember, still on my solo, you'll always see a crown on me. That's what I do. So, I'm down.
I think, you know, Domino wanted to sign the record deal and the publishing deal. And someone made him an offer in the States to do the publishing. And then we were kind of like, right, well, we want to do this. So we signed the publishing deal for all three of the girls. And then they were going to come over to do their first shows at Hoxton Bar and Grill and a couple of other things. And there was this kind of big anticipation about it. And Sean never came over. I think they'd been doing shows in the States. And for whatever reason, what I was told was that she just wouldn't get on the flight. And she was seen to be like the letdown of the band.
It was unfortunate that the way it happened, you know, it wasn't all three of us, but it was supposed to be, you know, but Sean, she didn't come along for the ride, so. Just shit was happening where we had to sleep in our same clothes for 3 days trying to get to the fucking UK. It was just such a struggle to get there, whether it was our flight that we were on getting us too late for the connecting flight, so we missed the connecting flight. You know what I'm saying? And then one plane incident, we got kicked off the motherfucker. It wasn't Yo Majesty's fault. We was being really stress-free. But we got kicked off that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It was that goddamn crazy. Then the next plane, here you go, something ain't right. And a valve break on the plane, so we gotta do an emergency landing. And Sean B say she ain't finna die for no motherfucking body. But I said, fuck this shit. I'm going home. And I went the fuck home. I didn't tell nobody shit. I said, something don't feel right, but I'm finna go home. I don't feel right. Talking shit, you know what I'm saying? So I went downstairs to smoke a cigarette, you know, trying to calm myself down. Sean, get together. Come on, girl, get it together, right? Get a phone call telling me what I ain't gonna do and what I will do. If you don't bring your fucking ass on like that, if you don't bring your fucking ass on, you ain't going to the US tour and shit. Fuck this shit. And I said, fuck both of y'all motherfuckers. And I hung up the phone. Me and Jewel, we went over there for a couple weeks. Proved that we could do it. We don't really need Sean. But we was willing to hear her out when we came back from the tour. And this girl, we set up the meet for like 7. Come 9:30, she still ain't made it. We don't owe you anything. You feel me? We done went over here and already done, business is really a done deal with just me and Jewel. Now it's our choice if we want to include you in this shit. You feel me? And with that, like you showing up 2.5 hours late for a meeting, dog, like, well, you at somebody else's mercy, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't God or nothing, but damn, you ain't even have respect to come on time and, you know what I'm saying, handle the business, because this is a business. It's not about friendship.
You know, when I met them, they were all completely furious, and, you know, LaShonda was in a foul mood, and Jewel was, you know, one of them had kind of left the ship, do you know what I mean? But I don't know, with hindsight, you kind of think, was she pushed more than did she leave herself, you know? I don't know, I wasn't there, so. But it was a proper blow.
Nah, I ain't mean it at all. I'm just me. I told you, boy, you got to live your life and be free. Now, if you ain't with it, then you ain't with it. I agree. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But, man, be free with you. Look, I'm going to keep this going on like this. I'm just trying to freestyle on this beat right here. I'm trying to feel it because I like it, and that's what it is. I told you that if I like it, then I'm going to hit it. Don't quit it. Just, like I said, do it. If people understand that, then that's the word. It's true. And there's no, it's just that I'm just twisted up with words, but I can't even say what I really want to say because I don't want to be rude to nobody, but I'm just going to keep it like this. I want to swing the party. And la-de-la-de what? You like what you hear? Then that's that shit. Be on that shit. That's what it is. Hey, and feel this right here. Then I'm on my shit. That's what it is. Let's keep it real. Don't be on no bullshit, cause I ain't on no bullshit, and I ain't ready to be in this drama shit. So if it is what it is, to know that this is the real shit, and we kicking it right here, this freestyle. Sean B, that beat is nice right there, and I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's nice, dog.
They actually had to re-record the whole album. She ended up not being on the album at all.
So we started the journey with Shonda and Jewel.
You know, we haven't really talked in a long time. Like, Yo Majesty was on the verge of not being Yo Majesty. True that.
So, you know, we kind of back here catching up and trying to get into a unison so that we can move forward strong, because any kind of house divided will not stand. You know, so, you know, at least we need to be professional.
The tour went once around the whole of the UK and then crossing the channel and ending in Paris. I think around 1,200 miles. There was Johnny Ray Sugar, the tour manager. There was Drew B, of course, Shonda K, David, and me.
Niggas ain't built for the ride. What? It's a code that you buy by. Riding by on the suicide highways. Don't fuck with it.
So it's just a circle of traveling. You know, every day you spend around 5 hours in the car. Then you get to the city, check in the hotel. You might do some interviews, might do some press, go to the venue, do the show, go to bed, get up early, get in the car, drive to the next city, do the same thing again. 4 or 5 hours in the car, find your hotel, check into the hotel, have a little rest, get ready for a show, rock the crowd, go home, go to bed, get up early, get in the car, hotel, check in, have dinner, do your sound check, get ready for the show, do the show, get in the car, go home, go to bed, get up early, get in the car, hotel, check in, have a little rest, be interviewed by a magazine, get in the car, do the show, get in the car, do the show, get in the car, do the show, get in the car.
See, this is my stress rock right here. I rub this motherfucker to keep calm. And I got this in London on some type of crazy beach and shit. You know what I'm saying? When I was chilling.
First cracks started to sort of appear early on when Jewel asked us if she could ride with us in our car rather than the quite comfortable tour bus.
Well, actually, my shit on the ground. Okay, my homeboy got it and shit. Okay, David got the bag and shit. Oh, there goes Johnny Ray Sugar in my other bag. And I got all these people looking like they ain't never seen no black woman before. You feel me? Like they ain't never seen no black person before.
But to be honest, I think it's more your accent, man.
Okay, I guess that's what it is. That's how we burn it up in tea time. So we got, here go Yo Majesty tour van, you feel me? And you got the buggy wiggle, you know what I'm saying? The video camera crew. Saying the Germans, they Germans and shit, you know what I'm saying? They got the Ford for your ass, feel me? You know what I'm talking about? They got the little wheels, got the 9.5 on y'all motherfucking ass, you know what I'm saying? We stunt like that's how we do, you feel me? And that's how we do. Straight up.
I had to learn the streets on the outside of my family because they never gave me drugs to sell.
Yeah.
They always like, oh, you special or no. You know what I'm saying? Because my grandmother raised me, she was a pastor.
Yeah.
So they were just, you know, I'm Winnie Pooh, you know. That's my nickname, Winnie Pooh. You feel me? But I come from my bloodline is straight up gangster, black mafia type shit. What we used to play when we were kids, back when we were G's, now you're trying to hang me. It has its ups and downs, that's right. Gonna take this thing away, that's right. It has its ups and downs, that's right. They'll take me joy and pain. This weed don't have no seeds. This weed don't have no seeds. This weed don't have no seeds.
I'm a woman that had a rough childhood. I was a sexually abused child.
You know, my grandparents raised me. My mom was on drugs. My dad, he was doing his own thing.
I started singing when I was like 5. And I was into gospel because actually I wasn't allowed to even listen to any other music. I was raised by my grandma. She was very religious. So she kicked my ass out, you know what I'm saying, when she found out I was gay. The choir kicked me out too. So, you know, God gave me a place of worship of my own. and that's inside of me. And I love the Lord before I ever kissed a female or was with a woman, ever. So God is going to always be in my life. I'm going to always acknowledge him. So I thank God for the fans, and I thank God for his blessings in me.
Me too.
Because I'm not worthy. It's a lot of chicks can sing. Ain't nobody like Joe B. don't keep it. But it's a lot of motherfuckers who can sing and all that. But he chose me. He handpicked me, even to be in Your Majesty. No matter how I feel personally, it's not about my personal feelings. It's way more, it's so much more than that.
It's about his people.
It's about the people. Because you never know what somebody going through, been through, or feel when they listen to my music.
What's your favourite gig that you've done in this circuit you've done in the UK this time around?
I can't say that I have a favorite, you know, because my heart is for the people.
Yeah,
you know. But I was really emotional last night
in
Glasgow because I had saw a program on TV that was talking about how Glasgow is just, it's a mess. You know, it's like the slum. All the other cities we've been in, the buses, they straight. Good, you know what I'm saying? Buses is like all white and you could tell they was old and dirty and shit. And I'm like, damn. So what I did last night when I got on stage, I kind of felt in my heart that it was gonna be somebody in the club. Is a good person, been going through so much. So when I got on stage, I had like this bottle of Hennessy I've been carrying around for like 4 days because I drink Cavassier, just for the record. So I had this Hennessy. And when I got on stage, you know, I kind of like prophesied. I was kind of feeling like there's somebody in the audience tonight that really been going through some hard times. You're a good person, but you just been going through, every time you try to do good, evil is always present. You can't even really afford to buy a drink tonight. But if you come holler at Schaff, I got a big old bottle of Hennessy, and we're gonna drink to all your troubles being over. So go get your cup from the bar, and let's make a toast to a brand new life. Yo Majesty.
On this tour they were supporting a band called Neon, who are sort of pop project dabbling in different styles of music.
It's been a blessing. I'm like, because this is not the typical Your Majesty crowd.
They weren't really the sort of crowd that you expected a Your Majesty gig.
So how are the crowds in the UK different to the ones you play to back home? Do you get different sort of people, or is it?
Nah, I mean, pretty much everybody the same. You know, everybody go to work every day, everybody got bills to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's coming to these shows, they love great music, live music. I see all the things that the people have in common. And just the fact, I mean, even if it was one person out there, I'm gonna rock it just like it was, you know, the house was full, you know what I'm saying? Because each individual is important.
Yeah, really welcome Shonda to the stage.
Shonda had a verse on the last Neon song of their set. So she would come out on stage and perform her verse with Neon. Jewel didn't have a verse on this song, but just being a natural performer, I guess she just gravitated towards stage. This one night she just came out, took over center stage. Even though she didn't have a verse on the song, she kind of took over the song. I mean, only at the end when the lead singer gave up his own microphone and gave it to Jewel, the song really took off. It ended up with the lead singer sitting down in the back, on the back of stage, holding up a sign to applaud the girls.
We got merchandise. Thank you so much. We got the wig, we got the t-shirt, we got stickers and pins and shit. So if you're rocking the music and rocking what you're seeing here, please support.
As a supporting act on a small tour like this, you don't really earn a substantial amount of money. Most of the money goes back into the traveling costs, the hotels, the fees you have to pay tour manager, the people involved in it, stuff like that. So the real money you can make is on your merchandise. So you bring CDs, t-shirts, hats to the venue and sell them there. And that's the money you really make.
So selling the merchandise became very important. It was interesting because both the girls brought their own merchandise to the table. So Jewel had her hats made, and you could see Shonda on stage wearing a t-shirt of her own. Of course they were aware that there wasn't much money to be made on this tour other than selling the merchandise. I don't know how much it would benefited them if Shonda was on stage promoting herself with her own t-shirts, which kind of meant that she was competing with Jewel's hats on the merchandise table.
That's what's up. So we have Yo Majesty merchandise available. Yeah, we fill it with songs. We just released our album about 2 months ago on Domino Records. Y'all go buy the album. We got some vinyl, we got t-shirts, we got it all, baby. We got it all. And new castle, you understand?
We got it all right here waiting on you. So y'all want to cop those t-shirts and music.
Actually, these only pre-wrap is a limited edition. So if they sell, I need you to say the pink and black. Yeah. Well, actually, these are exclusive Jewel Beam Your Majesty shirts. Okay. So, how much are they? 10. As well as the caps. But if they can buy the cap and the hat for 15.
The money an artist can make by selling records that's not a big amount anymore. They really have the tour to make money. But you have to make big tours. You know, these small tours, they're sort of more there to promote the artist, get them out there.
You got the limited edition.
The trouble with the merchandising was just a precursor really to the next problem. Because as we soon found out, they didn't want to do interviews together anymore.
You know, they wouldn't do any interviews together. By this point, they didn't want to do interviews together.
Okay.
He could just give me a call on my phone.
Yeah, he can. Sure can. Ring, ring, ring. This separation shit.
Okay.
Because we don't do no separate shows.
All right.
You feel me? That's real.
Okay.
So what it's gonna be?
I don't think, Shonda, you're going to do the interview with Jules. I thought we'd be able to kind of work it out, but that makes it a bit difficult. But give us 2 secs. Just, yeah. We'll just hang back for a sec.
Because every time I interview by myself, a bitch always got negative shit to say about me behind my motherfucking bike, but never in my goddamn face.
All right.
Straight the fuck up. That's of the devil when you have secrets and separation and division. That ain't of God.
All right, so
you feel me? Straight up.
As far as the
so if there's a separate interview and somebody got to say something about Jewel, then they ain't real with that shit. Cause I ain't never heard a bitch say shit in my fucking face, huh? And I'm a real Tampa bitch, born and raised in Tampa, motherfucking Florida, and growner than anybody in this motherfucker. Straight up.
In the short term, do we do the interview or not?
You don't know what I've been through. Every fucking separate interview, it's got some shit to say about Jewel. And play these little puss-ass little girl games.
Okay.
Okay, cause I'm a real ass bitch, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no fucking show shit up there. That's me for real. So let's run it, dog. Let's run it. But I got time for that bullshit. Shonda started that separate shit.
Okay.
And then the only reason now I found out now, through these interviews, she got so much shit to say about me. I'ma bust a bitch ass. If you talk behind my back, if you a backstabber, I'ma get with your ass.
All right.
And that's keeping it real.
Jules.
You feel me? No, I'm cool and collective.
Okay, good.
Can you handle it?
Yes, I can handle it. Well, I'm trying to get this gentleman. I hear you. I'm just trying to get this gentleman his interview. Yeah.
You can go in.
Good. Okay.
But I'm talking to the camera and then go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much.
But like I was saying, as I'm sipping on my wine, Shonda K, Yo Matt, what the fuck ever. Okay? I was acting to this shit. You feel me? I'm raw ass talent. So I feel this camera. No, I'm just telling you how it is, and I'm keeping it real. Fruit Loops, baby. We go fruity over all these hoops and loops, and the hoops and loops is game and tricks off for kids. So y'all can come on and follow me, because I'm finna do my interview straight up. And when I'm on that stage, I'm backing you up too. Best believe I'm not nobody backup singer, and I'm not drunk or intoxicated at all. But that just touched me, because you still on that same petty ass level with that separation. And why? If we can do a show together, we can ride in the damn van for 15 hours on the plane for 11. Why? You know why? Because you got some negative shit to say behind my motherfucking back. And then when Jewel B finds out, I gotta read it. And that's
now with all the drama and strife between Jewel and I, you know, it's kind of awkward even for me to perform on stage.
No,
and
of course.
There's no unity because you as well as I know that a house divided cannot stand.
No, yeah. Who are your main influences?
Well, I like Prince.
Prince. Right.
I like Prince, Aretha Franklin,
Yeah.
Shaka Khan. I like Erykah Badu,
Oh, excellent.
Outkast.
And I like Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, yeah.
You know, I mean, I look at, he a thug. But at the same time, he a businessman.
Yeah,
he know how to
exactly.
handle his shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Not only is he doing music, he making movies and he running businesses, and he's not letting how he grew up in the environment that he was in control and dictate his future. And that's very inspiring to me, you know, because I come from the hood too.
Yeah, of course.
But I can't have a hood mentality talking about I'm going to be successful. That's what's up.
One of our biggest magazines over here, music-wise, is NME. And I saw that you were mentioned as one of the best new bands of 2008.
What you say again, sweetie?
In NME, one of our big music magazines,
yeah.
you were one of the big bands of 2008 to watch out for.
Yeah.
How did that feel for you guys? Was it?
Did you see the newest edition?
I haven't seen
They
it.
say Sean Decatur, the 41st coolest person.
Oh, you? Oh, really?
I'm number 4.
Top 100 coolest.
Small, big, you know, it don't matter. I don't care if it's a magazine that nobody know about and we was in. I'm just grateful for all of them.
You gonna stay for the show?
Yeah, I will
okay, I
do.
see you looking like, okay, let's hurry and get this shit over. Cause I
no, this is brilliant. I'm really enjoying it. Anything in the new year, 2009, or?
Yeah, some new stuff for me.
2009.
I'm gonna be making some moves.
Oh, perfect. Sounds great.
Solo stuff, most definitely.
I mean, to me, I feel like I shared something
Yeah,
very
of
sacred
course.
to bring these other 2 females into Yo Majesty.
Yeah, of course.
And so now it's at a point where it's time for a separation. Not that I'm gonna abandon it, because I am, you know, still fulfilling my obligations. I'm showing up at the shows every night. My heart is still in it. But it's Sean Decay time.
Well, so thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate
Thank you. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be nervous, baby. That's just
I really appreciate
that's
it.
just my aura.
Oh, no.
I'm a strong black woman. But on these interviews, you tell people, oh, I don't even want to be around her.
Yeah.
But on stage, we cool. And you seen us, we laugh. Shonda won the shows by herself. Shonda thought she was Your Majesty. Shonda gonna treat me like I'm a backup singer. Baby, I ain't no backup singer. I'm a star. Just like you.
I know, listen.
So
this is where the money's at. The
know.
Barfly show is where the serious,
so you know what?
press is at.
You shouldn't be telling me this. You should be telling Shonda
I
this.
know,
Because I'm ready to
I'm
do
talk
it.
to Shonda.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to explain to you is that we don't want to be cut it off.
Good.
Great, man. It's been a real pleasure to have met you. It's like, I think you need to hang. I think you need to hang in.
I know everybody say that, and I've been hanging in there for 7 years. It was one point that I thought you were my best friend. That I loved you so much I would have given my life for you. And it ain't like that no more. We rocked the fucking show tonight. And I killed that shit, dog. Just like she did. But you know what she see? Me all over the stage. Me having fun. Why I gotta be reserved? As long as I be reserved, she have no problem. None. As soon as Jewel be herself on the stage, dog, here it is. You want me to trim down a little bit so we can be on the same level, but we ain't on the same level. That's what made Your Majesty good. So God is trying to teach you some humbling shit. This is where your blessing come at, on stage with me. And me on stage with her. Huh? God trying to show you in on something.
They still produced new material together, and their recording process was really interesting. Where other bands would, hire a studio, make time, go in there and record it. Not them. They would just do it on the go. They're in a hotel room, flip up the mattress, hang a microphone to the wardrobe, plug it into the laptop, ready to record. You know, it's an incredible productive way of working. Anywhere you are, your space becomes a studio.
Love your Super 8, man. Thank you. Beautiful.
There isn't really one way how to paint, you know. There's as many ways how to paint a painting as there is people. You know, their creative process might not be one that is like standardized industry way of doing things, but it's productive.
One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn the music up in my headphones. You know I like it in my headphones, they blasting. Yeah. Mic check. All right, I'm ready. 1, 2. I love the way you wear your ass in them jeans. 28 bars, 28 stars, 29 mean. How about we? We fucking in the sheets, creep, leak between your ass crack, crack a joke, crack a strong sleep. Damn. Give me something again.
Alright, you're at same thing, same place?
Yeah, 2 more times.
Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, yeah. I love the way you wear your ass in them jeans. 28 bars, 28 stars, 29 me. How about we? We fucking in the sheets, creep, leak between your ass, crack a joke, crack a choke.
Damn. Give it to me again.
You made my heart throb. Oh, jump in my car. I love who you are.
Yeah, give it to me. Yeah.
You get a little closer to the mic.
Damn, I gotta get a break, because I feel like I'm rushing.
Right.
I gotta fucking get a break.
Sounds great, John.
Damn, not bad. The studio done fell on me like this and shit. Bones over bad, man.
Right, so listen.
Well, don't be shy, lay back, just relax, let's see where this goes. I've been cheated on and lied on, it's hard for me to trust. You've been lost and cheated on, it's hard for you to love. But together we can work, build and trust, make sure anytime time to tell. I know that you love me. Black heart, only days, no moment that I'm living. So keep giving me your heart and in return I give you mine. It don't matter what you do, bro.
That's what you got to, right?
Yeah,
okay.
So you can tap it up or whatever.
That's amazing. Have you got a couple more lines at the end of that verse, right?
A couple more, if you don't mind. I would like to drop another 10 bars.
Whatever you want.
Oh, well, that's what's up.
You know, they'd set a studio up, they were just, you know, I sat there one afternoon for about 3 hours, they were just smoking weed heavily and drinking Hennessy and cutting tracks. You know, lots of tracks. They were really productive, you know. I remember I walked out of the room, got on the phone, just like, look, they're just churning stuff out here, this is just crazy, you know, it's just sort of, you know, and they're good, new, exciting new tunes, you know.
My God religion, it kills, steals, destroys anyone who come in contact. It always made me feel bad. I take it back. It always made me feel bad. It was created by man.
Because of all the tension that was going on, the girls didn't want to record together. So David would take his equipment to Jules' hotel room one night, then take all his equipment, go to Shanda's room, and record with her.
Five, six. She come home with it. I love the way you wear your ass in them jeans. 28 bars, 28 stars, 29 me. How about we? We fucking in the sheets, creep, leak between your ass crack. Crack, hey Joe, crack a smile, leave your sex drugs.
She say, Shonda, baby, that's fine. Cause I've been waiting all this time to make you mine anyway. I used to watch you in the club while you dance with your girlfriend then. But baby, like you said, this love has been for you only. And just the way you look at me, make me horny.
It seemed like a bit of a strange situation with the girls so adamant about having solo careers, yet still recording together. But it was really old David who tried to keep the ball rolling.
No, the storm won't last always. There'll be better, brighter days. Leave your head up and dry your eyes. Everything will work out just fine. No, the storm won't last always. There'll be better, brighter days. Leave your head up and dry your eyes. Everything will work out just fine.
If it wasn't for David, I don't even think our fucking music could be over here. I don't even think our fucking music could be over here. I wouldn't have ever been on a Sonic track. I wouldn't have ever been on no other track but an R&B or hip hop or a gospel. But he opened my mind up to different things. So it's just all a learning experience. Fucking Paris. It's colder than a bitch out here, y'all, straight up. But the people are beautiful here. Beautiful here, man. Just a privilege to be here. They be rolling on bikes, so we got to get the hell up out the way. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, what's up? And it's Sean Decay.
Okay, can we have a photo with you?
Yeah, she sure can.
Okay, thank you.
So, I guess these are French fans. All right, thank you so much. Peace. So I guess we got fans here. That's some crazy blessed type stuff right there. But I see the popo everywhere, y'all. Straight up. Police and shit. So I'm gonna have to take out my spliff. Hey, what's going on? Yo Majesty. Them, they know who we be.
Maybe it was the Parisian charm or a sort of professionalism that set in through routine. But by the time we were in Paris, everything was different. The girls really got on, and you could really see that there was a long friendship between them. They were doing photo opportunities together. They were even giving interviews together, almost ending each other's sentences.
I know, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel stop them in a minute, you know what I'm saying?
We don't say,
yeah,
go get you a girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We just talk about who we are. We have faith in who we are. We're confident. You know, we're secure with ourselves. And so we stand firm on who we are. And in turn, people are encouraged. Yeah. Even if, straight men, straight women are encouraged by Yo Majesty. You know what I'm saying? Because they see that these people, they loving themselves. And they keeping it real, and they happy.
And we the best band in the land. Now, I gotta say that now. We the best band in the land. Damn, a lie now. That's the damn truth you feel, you know. So I got to just throw that in there. Wow, there you go. Right out.
And the last show, it was just a perfect example how great they could be when everybody was working together.
MySpace.com/Yo Majesty, the number 4 life.
It's getting better and better, man. I don't want to stop. It's so awesome, seriously. It was incredible. I remember after the show we were all really elated. I mean, they just gave such a great performance.
Yeah. Dude, that was awesome.
Where's the best one?
That was awesome. Come on, it's upstairs.
You're so good. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
Anybody want some champagne back there?
Yes, thank you.
A toast to success.
Yes. Success. Cheers. Cheers. They
With a DIY ethics and approach to recording and promotion, they really challenged the given structures of the music industry. And with their passionate, radical approach to their own music, they really challenged the boundaries of music. So, to me, anybody who questions anything and everything, that's truly the definition of a punk. So for me, they were really the true punk band. Everyone was banging, everyone was dancing.
This was their last night in Europe before going back to Tampa. We were all hanging out in Jules' hotel room when she told us this story about back home.
I already had another one of Jules' stories.
Yeah?
This place called the Dirty Bar in town. It's like where you can go in this club and you can see a crackhead, a drug dealer, a baller, everybody be in the dirty bar. So it's 2 hot chicks I seen in the dirty bar. One had black on, I remember, with that apple-shaped booty she had. And one had all white on, and she had just a ridiculous booty. One of them booties is like, that's just too big. I wouldn't know what to do with that. So we in there jerking, that's what we call in Tampa when you dancing hard. So the girl in the white get everybody's attention. So when a girl whine in Tampa or dance, everybody go around her. And just to look and still dance. Yeah, she was dancing, boy. She was moving it. I was like, damn, okay. Go. And it was like drop. So that means like just drop it down low. So your whole body just drops to the floor. It make your ass bounce. So she went to drop it down to the floor. And all you heard when they say drop, and she dropped, she was like, ow! And she went down and said, and this whole circle, it was this, I never heard a club so quiet, man. They looked at, man, we looked down, it's a brown spot in the back of her white dress.
A brown stain?
Yeah.
Oh,
she done shitted in her clothes while she was dropping it down motherfucking low.
No.
So she runs to the bathroom, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell why she trying to wash it off with water. So now she got her whole dress is just shitty. The back of it, her back, her ass. She's just a shitty ass. You feel me? So her friend, and she just walking with her head down and run out the club with her shitty ass, you feel me? And her friend all black trying to cover her up and dance. And everybody time you can hear people in the background in the club saying, "We know you shitted on your motherfucking self, you shitty ass." So hey, every time I know her face, but I don't know her name. So but every time I see her, hey, shitty booty, what's up, shitty booty? Fuck you, Jewel. What's up, shitty booty? Shitty booty! So make sure when you drop it, make sure your ass is all right. Because you don't want to be a shitty booty. Shitty booty. Feel me? Real life story. Real life story. Real life. Real life story. Real life.
So the girls went back to Tampa and we sort of gathered our material to see what we had. But before we could get very far, we got this message from Tampa.
Hello, my name is Pastor Yvonne Barnes. I'm speaking here today to the world concerning the situation that is considered to many a tragic situation in regarding to Jewel B. I want to address first the situation concerning Jewel's arrest. I'm not at liberty to discuss the charges, but I will tell you that Jewel B will be found not guilty of these charges. It was a simple thing of her cousin, her favorite cousin, one that raised her by the name of Dre, who she was very much fond of, a day or two before that had passed. And Wendy at that time went through a various mood swings of concerns and hurts and pains and just regret. Took her over there that Saturday to see the family concerning her cousin. On that particular day, she came back and things just got out of hand. Officers was called. Officers said things, done things. Jewel B only responded back to what the disrespect that they were giving her. And it ended up resulting to her arrest. On the assault with a deadly weapon charge, Shonda K called a day after after Jewel's arrest, asked me about that charge. They never pulled a weapon off of Wendy. Wendy was never found with a weapon. Wendy had a cut hand. They didn't know how Wendy cut her hand. So therefore they assumed it was a weapon, put that assault with a deadly weapon on her, 3 other charges because they stated that she disrespected them, when in turn she was only responding back to disrespect that was done to her. Wendy is not a perfect person, neither one of us are.
I remember calling the sheriff's department because I wanted to see if I could visit Jewel and see her in prison.
Hello, Hillsborough County Jail, Deputy Sheriff Murphy speaking. How can I help you? Of course you can film. I just don't think it's the right look. They don't have to wear orange jumpsuits. It's not very gangster, right?
Even the deputy sheriff seemed to have an idea on how to shoot this movie. But we didn't go to Tampa because David was quick in raising the bond money and Drew got released. But now that Drew was free, Shonda decided that she didn't want to do the tour with Drew.
You know, there was all these power plays going on with, you know, LaShonda wanted Yo Majesty to be her. You know, and we started off with 3 and then we're going to end up with 1. I mean, you know, it's just not what we bought into, do you know what I mean? It's not what anyone bought into. It's not a one-man show, you know, it's like, you know, it's...
David managed to convince Sean B to rejoin the group for the tour, so that this tour could happen. It was a bizarre situation. Now Sean, who had been edited out of the album, came to Europe to promote the sales of this album and save the day.
It's ridiculous to kind of, you know, have 2 of them over without LaShonda in it. But what are you going to do, you know? There's all these festival offers, there's money in it for Jewel. There's the opportunity for hopefully us to sell some more records, you know, if they get out there and do a good job live. And I mean, you're just making the best of a bad situation all the time, you know?
So I was in jail.
Have you been in before?
Oh, yeah.
That's
From the hood, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. I did, that's what I thought it wouldn't be so bad.
But I done been locked up for some okey-doke shit, driving with suspended license. They locked a nigga up 180 days back-to-back for that. Then I got petty theft for stealing some goddamn wine, some cheese, bread, and some ham. And I ain't had no job and I was homeless and I wanted to get fucked up. But they caught my ass and locked me up for 60 days. Then they locked me up for driving with suspended license. 180 days. Then they caught me again. 180 days. It made me remember where I came from. I came from jail before we blew up. You understand what I'm saying? So when I got back there, it made me be grateful for getting paid for what I love to do. Sometimes you can not, you know what I'm saying, slip on the gratefulness.
Yeah.
Because you see the fans, you see everybody taking pictures of every tour we did over here was good.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
X all the drama out and think about it.
Well, that's the thing, though. That's the thing. See, that's the trouble. You know, they will, right? But then all everyone remembers is drama.
Yeah.
Because that sticks in your head.
Yeah. Fuck the drama, guys. Drama ain't gonna bring money.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that is the thing, really. The fact that, you know, they couldn't tour, and you know they always needed money, and you're never going to make any money in this modern day music business if you can't tour together as a band. So the one thing they are is they're real. They're too real for the music business. Do you know what I mean? In a way, you know, they don't know how to play. It's a game, the music business. They don't know how to play it. They're just like, oh, we should be doing this.
I want to make it big with the group. I want to make it big solo. I want to make it big with another group. I want to make it big being a producer. I want to make it big being in Hollywood, and I want to be on Broadway.
You know, we in our hustle mode, you know what I'm saying? Joby, I ain't going nowhere. So I'm here, babe. I mean, I'm talking about Dave eating. Can I have some? I'm hungry too.
I'm feeling like a damn big ass steak.
I sort of got on with them well, and you know, I was sort of paying for them to do this, that, and you know, getting them cabs, and you know, paid for them to do stuff, and you know, they just like people who give them money, basically, you know, so that I was that person.
Johnny is there waiting for us. You guys don't understand, so you know.
Wow.
It's not very often that Jewel eats steak.
No, we don't get to eat. We're all hungry. No, we don't eat.
Yeah, y'all can. Because you said y'all can stop.
No, we haven't got time to stop now.
Ross treated me to lunch. I asked him for lunch and he bought me some lunch.
I'm not. I wanted to eat, man.
Well, you can.
I can't because no time. Because Johnny's yelling at me saying he needs to leave now.
Well, my steak is sizzling right now. As you're just feeling here. It is sizzling right now.
I'm gonna find Johnny.
Johnny is stressing you out, Alexander the Great. Bitch, you wanna know what I got, bitch? I got me some steak and salad, bitch. Steak and salad, bitch. Gotta hurry up. Gotta get this money.
I mean, at least fucking phone me, anything. Phone me.
I'm a cunt.
Hey, we got time for a fucking pub lunch. No, we haven't. Get in the van.
It's gonna only take her fucking 10 minutes. I said, look, by the time Johnny Ray finished doing what he's doing, we're gonna be ready. I knew it, dog. You could have had a steak.
We drove from London to Oslo, which I think on Google Maps tells you about 21 or 22 hours or something. Yo, in real life, that takes a good 25. On the road, time and space, they warp. They become very different. You're in this bubble just shooting through it all. I remember that tour manager, Johnny, telling me, we were driving him at night, and Johnny said, you look at this road, but at a certain stage, the road starts looking back at you, and it looks inside you, and it sees places that you didn't know existed. So he spent a good 30 hours in this little van, 7 people, and your time kind of stays still, where everything around is moving fast. And it's a hard and confusing trip.
So, about 10 minutes gone, 6 hours, 50 minutes to go.
Good to get an early start, eh?
Great. Yeah. Nice to be ahead of the game. How we roll.
I got verses too. I'm on the album. I got verses too. I'm on the album. He on the fucking album. I am. I ain't signed with all that bullshit. She thinks she gonna fuck my voice up by doing all of this, but you know what? It ain't gonna work. Man, fuck you, I'ma drink my liquor. This nigga, she a joke. And then I stumble again if I fucking feel like it. You're a fucking mascot. You're a fucking joke. You see that? You see that? You're a fucking joke. That's not getting to me. You're a fucking joke. That's not getting to me.
This takes a lot of figuring out how to be a professional musician, a professional artist. When things become, when the pressure's on, you're with each other all the time and you're constantly touring and playing. You have to figure out how you get on and how you make those personalities, work together, or how you can keep the space and the distance as well. And I think that's kind of what they've been figuring out.
I can go home, bye. Can I go home? Bye. You don't need me here, right? Go home. I can go home, right? Go home. I can call Ross and tell him that I want to go home. Go home, bye. She want me to do that. Bye. She want me to quit. I'm not gonna quit. Hey, bitch. Talk about me. Man, you're a flow ass bitch, dog. My flow ass motherfucker, dog. You're a flow ass bitch, dog. I'm serious. No, I'm serious too. I'm fucking serious too. How hit me with that thing? I'll kick you in your motherfucking face, bitch. Bitch, I'll motherfucking slam your asshole. Come on. I'll slam your motherfucking asshole. Because if you put your hands on me, not tonight. This bitch gonna try to harm me. Bitch, don't fucking touch me. Fucked up. You spoil like baloney. Yeah. You spoil.
Shut the fuck up.
You in here, nigga. I don't give a fuck. This ain't my motherfucking daddy.
Calm down, man.
Fuck you in you, nigga.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. We can all say fuck you.
Fuck you.
It ain't interesting and it ain't you.
A bitch ain't finna throw that shit. Make me, bitch.
I mean, here we were on the last Trance tour, where they really had to prove themselves. And they had not even played one gig yet.
Do it, nigga! I want you to stop about all that!
You lift something up in my face again, I'ma smash your ass.
Right.
Keep motherfucking threatening me, ho. Keep threatening me with a goddamn fucking shit. I'll fuck you up, nigga. Well, threaten me and I'll fuck you up, nigga. Threaten me, I don't give a fuck about that either, nigga. You ain't shit, nigga. You ain't shit. And I promise you, if you lift something up in
Driving along the motorway, pull over. Just because it got too loud and, you know, movement and potential fights. Yeah, the two girls.
Can I use the phone? This shit is over with. I'm not playing this shit. I'm going home. I'll take this shit.
You can't do shit about it. Please don't camera this.
What I'm saying is that it needs to sort itself out because this isn't going to work. We need to be able to check into a hotel and just sort of do our shit. Because now we're like, what we're doing, we're paying, how much is this going to cost?
750 grand.
75 quid. You know, there's no money for that. I haven't got any money for that. There's no money in the budget for that. She hasn't got the money for that. You know, it's a joke. Because, you know, she doesn't want to walk in and sit in a reception. So it's just like...
No, you need to get a sort of one.
Well, I can give you like an English deposit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, or just kind of go get some more money.
Just as I said, if she continues to mess around with the staff, that's it.
But I need the key. I thought she meant the hotel key. I'm like, give me a minute. And I'm just checking into the hotel. She meant the van key. And I'm like, well, just sit in here. And she was smash the glass. It's not cold, it's warm. You know. She's not in any fit state for this, man. She's not. Think about it. I mean, it's like, you know.
She said she here to take care of business, so.
Well, she ain't taking care of business. She's like dicking it around, making a job and fucking business up. I need to like count in all the merch. I'm still fucking working on the itinerary. I'm like, you know, it's a fucking joke. I mean, this whole day already has gone totally ski-whiff. You know, we could have been doing all sorts of stuff, and we're dicking around talking about the situation at 25 to 5. I haven't got the patience for it. I haven't got the 75 quid that we now owe for the hotel.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who's going to pay? Ultimately, see, I signed a form that says that I'm supposed to pay back any fucking money for the deposit.
I know, man. Well, like,
so
I know.
So if you don't, you know, like, you know, if this tour doesn't go ahead, I'm the one that's going to have to pay for all the fucking. I'm liable for this whole tour.
I know, but you're the one that. I'm just beginning to wonder, like as, you know, Jewel being in jail, then Shanda not wanting to do it as soon as Jewel was out of jail, drafting Shani, which is great. Shan's been incredible, but I don't know. I know you really want to make it happen, but it's like you're kind of, this is your dream, and you've kind of conjured this thing, and it's amazing, but. I don't know.
It's a bit of a bizarre dream.
Well, yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I know you, like, this band means the world to you and stuff, but like, and obviously you're doing everything you can to kind of make it continue. But I just I just wonder if this is a dead horse you're flogging, you know. And I know at this stage that's not what you want to hear, because we're out on tour and we've got to finish the tour to make any kind of, you know, any kind of money back. We're in a fucking huge catch-22 here because, you know, she's kind of got us by the balls because, you know, she can make shows happen or not make shows happen, and we really obviously need all the shows to happen. But because I mean, you know, if it's going to be like this, we're fucked basically. We're totally fucked.
You're fucked.
I'm not fucked. You know, I'll lose out a bit, but you know, David's underwritten the whole thing. David's, you know.
I know, but he should be fucking here now. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Willing isn't enough either. We must do.
Joel, it's kind of pointless me just knocking on the door and us trying to have a conversation through the door. You've at least got to let me in. Joel. So we're just going to do the show without you? Can you let me in? Okay, we'll do the show without you then. So I'm going to have to tell the dude that she's, you know, she's not going to sound check. Dave's going to have to come back and talk to her.
I think ringed out, EQ'd, perfect, so we don't need her at all.
Cool.
I was totally happy now. We're
Alright,
all the best up to the world.
Dave. That was the line for the promoter. I didn't want to worry him.
Okay.
But she said she doesn't want to do the show.
Dave's totally fucked because if the tour ends, he's financially crippled, he's bankrupt. He's going to owe Glenn like all this money for this merchandise, you know, which he can't pay for.
But that's the situation, so you're going to need to persuade her into doing the show.
Yeah, I know, but
I mean, I was just going to go down there and try and have a chat.
Did you say? I was
just like, can you let me in? We'll have a talk.
Well, she said
She's
no.
not even opening the door.
Okay.
I'm not doing the show. I don't want to talk. You know. Is that okay?
I'll figure it out. Leave it with me. Okay. You guys finish off.
Yeah, you finish off sound checking then.
Jewel seemed exhausted. I remember thinking I was really invading her private space, so I switched off the camera. David convinced her to come to the venue. And when she got to the venue, her and Sean locked themselves into the green room and started a shouting match for a good half an hour. They were just shouting at each other. We were waiting outside in the corridor, and downstairs, the people were waiting for them to perform. When they finally emerged from the green room, you could slice the air with a knife. There was still a lot of tension. And I wasn't quite sure whether they were just joking with each other or whether they were bickering with each other. I remember thinking anything could happen now on stage.
This is Jewel B. Sean B. Your Majesty. And that's how I get real with y'all motherfuckers. I just finished arguing and shit at Sean B. We got there arguing like a motherfucker. Shit. This nigga get on my motherfucking nerves. She get on mine too. But check this out, we gonna rip this shit anyway. Duh. And that's what we motherfucking do.
as soon as they started performing, they gelled really well. They helped each other out. They performed amazingly, and the gig was brilliant. The crowd loved them.
I think a lot of the fighting had its roots in anxiety. You know, now that they'd been on stage together and performed, they saw that they could work together. But the next problem wasn't really coming from the girls. David was really nervous before the next gig.
We need to cut the nervous shit out, and we need to do this shit. So we're gonna drop this shit and we're gonna do this shit.
The girls did really well, they performed really well, they were on point. But it was the boys who didn't back them up properly. David didn't seem to be in control of his equipment. The girls couldn't hear themselves on the microphones. David kept on signaling to the sound engineer to turn up the microphones. It really didn't seem like things on stage were running as planned or smoothly. It made it really difficult for the girls to perform.
Grabbing on my monkey.
Yeah, that's what happened to the music.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man, that's how I tell. Say, guys. Yes. Yeah.
My mic was not turned up. My voice is going up fucking screaming and hollering because I could not hear myself. So I apologize for a fucking ass show. Because that's what I feel like I did. Because of not being sound.
So the band had left the stage, the gig was over, and then David re-emerged while the DJ was already playing music, just to do a sound check.
Yo, what's up? Alright, finish up. We got some more stuff to do here, but we gotta get the sound right. We just maybe turn down the music a little bit and get the vocals really loud. Just need to get hearing Thank you. Alright. Okay, just fucking dress, it's smooth. I understand, man, but I thought you'd tell you. Yeah, just give me a minute. 2, 1. Is that better? Alright, we'll try the other mic. The same this one? A little louder? A little louder? Okay. Yo Majesty!
Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing.
Oh, but I'm having a good time. Come here, yo.
You threw the songs in between the fucking songs.
Run out.
You didn't do shit. I fucking practiced. You didn't do shit. We did, dog. I ain't doing no, I ain't doing this shit. You're not familiar.
We never did that between Dazzle and
Easy. Let's not destroy the fucking...
I'll play it on the fucking thing.
People don't get punished for their sins, but by them. And David continuing the show alone, I respected him for that. He really seemed to understand that nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent can't, because nothing is more uncommon than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius can't, because unrewarded genius is all around us. Education doesn't, because the world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent.
I just get the phone calls of the chaos on the road and Pastor Barnes ringing up and Jules' girlfriend ringing up and Lashanda's wife ringing up.
It's a sham, basically. You know, they're singing about partying and having fun and love. You know, the music bears absolutely no, or the lyrics bear absolutely no relation to the reality of sort of hate and anger.
Tired. I still don't want to be here. My heart ain't in it. My heart ain't in this shit no more. Just trying to get by so I can get home. And it's real.
I'm telling you, man, the first 5 days were just off the chain, just unreal. You know, I mean, we all, on the first night, like Johannes, who's filming me now, when they actually got up on stage and started playing, he burst into tears. Just through like sheer, like, emotional, like, I don't know, meltdown.
We all felt emotionally drained and very tired, but there was time to set our demons aside, because time was running out on this journey.
The only way out now really was for everybody to pull in the same direction. And that is exactly what happened.
Your Majesty is strong, and we overcome all obstacles. Everything that anybody try to put in our way, even ourselves sometimes. We still end up on the stage, we still end up killing the show, we still end up doing the damn thing.
Oh, that's what's up. When this shit is organized, when everybody come together and organize a show, so this is a proper show.
This is the way we should do it, all get together and set it.
That's what I'm saying. And that's all I was saying.
I am.
I was saying sorry.
What do you say, Richard?
I just want to say that I'm horny. You know what I'm saying? Just finished PMSing. Feel what I'm saying? I would love a hot shower, some damn tea, and I'm gonna be resting my voice until the damn show. So, everybody behind me, around me, don't fuck with me so I can do the damn thing. Where is your Highness?
Back in London, it really seemed like all the trouble was beyond us and Your Majesty was on the road to salvation. The tour ended with one last gig in Corpo, where everything had started 2 years ago.
Hey, check this out. You don't want to show off my titties tonight. I just said I couldn't show off my titties tonight. You want to know who I'm showing my titties tonight? To show all these haters that talk so much shit about you and me. Everybody that don't believe in me, fuck y'all, suck my bloody ass.
They've got these dancers to come on stage. They wear crap clothes, they can't dance, and it turned out the next day they were pissed. You know, it's just like just embarrassing. They're just embarrassing themselves. And then they kind of get this sort of renter crowd of trendy, you know, not trendy, just muggy, Hoxton, whatevers. I don't know where they're from, but they just look like idiots. All on stage, and, you know, everyone's trying to be a little bit outrageous, and, you know, David, you know, trying to be rock and roll, and these dickheads coming on stage, you know, they've got no edge, like some, just bullshit, just absolute bullshit. It's just shit. It's just shit. Do you know what I mean? You know, I just stood there and I was just like that. The irony of it was, when the tunes were playing, Jewel and Sean were good. All the rest of it was just bollocks. Just the blind leading the blind. It's over, do you know what I mean? It's just, you just were there like that, just going, this is fucked. I've just wasted all this time. Domino have wasted their money on it. And these lot have just fucked it. What started off, you know, fireball, burning brightly, that could have been turned into something, I don't know what, do you know what I mean? But, you know, it could have been amazing if everyone was pulling together.
When Yo Majesty went back to America, they were dropped by the label. They seem to have had enough of all the trouble.
Within 2 years, you've gone to that, you know, and you've made a great record in the interim. Everything else around it's shit.
It was after the news that Yo Majesty got dropped by the label that it disappeared. Because we had no plan, we kind of had dedicated ourselves to this really big uncertainty. And I think that became too much of a commitment for him. So now there was no band, there was no team, there was no film, there was nothing. So I took my Super 8 camera to Florida. None of the girls were available for an interview, so I went to find the Harbor Club, which is where they first met 10 years ago. I found it behind a creek. It had closed down. There was a woman on the stairs outside. She told me that God had sent me on the path to make this film, so that I would find the Harbor Club and now make a film about the Harbor Club to save it from its demise.
Well, you know, don't grieve. Anything that you lose will come around in another form.
One year later, I got news of Shanda. Her and Sean B had reconciled, and they had planned a tour of the United States. They'd organized the tour without the help of a label or without the help of a booking agency. They did everything of their own back. I met up with them in Boston, where they were staying at a promoter's house who was putting on their show.
You feel me? So booking this tour, it actually came together at the last minute. Like, people just hit me back. I blasted about 5,000 people to make this little tour happen and shit. And I just know that it's gonna get off the chain.
Shanda had organized a sponsor for the tour. Yo Majesty now was a brand ambassador for a Swedish dildo company.
Yeah, represent for them dudes, man. I said, fuck it, I ain't there. Fuck Your Majesty. I don't even want to hear that word no more. Please, you know what I'm saying? I tried my best to avoid anything on the internet that had to do with Your Majesty. I was just not there. And I was reading my MySpace one day, and she popped on there and said she had a song and she wanted to work with me, asked me how I'm doing and stuff. And I said, Lord, well, what is this? I just left the other motherfucker. What is this? You know what I'm saying? So I talked to my girl and I was like, well, what do you think I should do? She said, well, just try it out, you know, and see what it is. So I prayed about it and I got in contact with her. And we did a little song together. I went to her house. We had a little small talk there. And you know what I'm saying? We've been kicking it ever since. So this our shit. You know what I'm saying? This our shit. We could do it. You know, we can do it. It's nothing stopping us. You feel me? But ourselves.
Finna chill and relax. Get away from the jungle. Me and my girl gon' hang out like we wanna. Do what we wanna with the top down. Sky's blue, sun shining, ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. You took something out? You took something out.
Of course, without the support of a label, they had much smaller shows and much smaller crowds.
A lot of bands have that defeatist attitude of, well, there's no one here. You know, go through the motions. Not them, they were just like, bang, you know, just smashed it, you know.
And they really gave good performances, and there was a brilliant chemistry on stage there. But something was missing.
And let me tell you, when you see a Yo Majesty show, and you don't see Jewel be in that show, it ain't no Yo Majesty show. It ain't no real Yo Majesty show.
After this tour, it just got quiet around Yo Majesty. The show was over.
I've had a club hit or two. I'm happy with that. That's cool. I've got vinyl. I've got, you know, with my production on it. I like that. I'm a record buff, and I still play vinyl records. And someone bothered to make a CD and a big 12-inch piece of plastic with my music on it, basically. You know, that's cool. And I went to Stockholm and I went to Switzerland. And that was all good.
I'm doing my Club Night Art Jam, which is an experiment in kind of a creative, artistic space where people can just make art, or perform, do music. It's kind of including everybody, you know, into the experience. Out of that, I think a lot of music I'm doing at the moment it's been kind of nurtured. I'm working on doing a little record label based on the music from Art Jam. So that's kind of what I'm working on. Plus other people from Tampa.
David was still driving projects, and all the girls still had their solo careers. They were performing and recording new tracks, releasing music videos. It was redeeming to see that they all continued to follow their passion as musicians. Individually, none of them could really connect to the success that they had enjoyed as a band. But you know, at the end of the day, they all started out with a passion for music first. And that was really why they were musicians. And they continued doing that. But they continued living their passion of music and being productive in that field. So that was good.
But people always had, you know, different ideas about what the group were and how, you know, how they should try and make their mark.
You know, I wanted it to kind of go sort of stratospheric and everyone.
Tell you what, bounce back and forth when you hear this. Jump a bit of the club, get pissed. Fuck that bullshit.
Jewel was right. In 2014, the Two Love crew celebrated their birthday in Miami. And for this occasion, Yo Majesty reunited and performed. There was no filming on this event, but I managed to film a little bit on my iPhone. This was the first time in 7 years that I'd seen all three of them together in one row. The next morning we met up on the beach. Whether this was just a junction for them all or the beginning of a new journey, it was really up to them.
right there. That's what we do, baby. Let's go. Everybody flexing, all my fans around the globe flexing, nationwide flexing, state to state flexing, city to city, all in the street, even in dark alleys. Where's going down at? Right here, follow the rainbow with your ass, it'll get you down. People from every culture know what time it is, internationally known, know what's going on, what it do. When Your Majesty is in the town near you, flex. Oh boy, show out if you know it's good for you. Flex. No need to be talking to move your body, do you? Get crunk, let go, release that negative from your soul. No hold it back now, be bold with it, get loud with it, start with it. Flex, yes.
Club at, what? Get your ass on the floor, get your ass on the floor. Club at, I said get your ass on the floor, what? Club at, what? Get your ass on the floor, get your ass on the floor. Club at, I said get your ass on the floor, what? Club at, what? Get your ass on the floor, get your ass on the floor. Club at, I said get your ass on the floor, what? 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 Fuck that shit, say fuck that shit, say fuck that shit.
Excuse me, Johannes.
Sure, yeah. Do your thing, man. Oh, you don't need it?